Welcome to No Match for a Blaster, a Star Wars role-playing podcast, Season 2, Episode 16, Ground Control to Atheon. I'm your temporary host, Bobby Abney, covering for Ito, who's currently floating in a tank of cherry-flavored Bacta. If you're new here, No Match for a Blaster is an actual play podcast featuring the Morality Plays crew, playing the Star Wars role-playing system by Fantasy Flight Games. And now it's time to thank our Nerf Herders of the Week, Heather Canfield and Rebecca. At this level, Rebecca and Heather get access to our exclusive Patreon feed to listen to our episodes days early. Plus, they'll get to name an NPC on our show. Thank you, patrons. To be our next Blasterhead or Nerf Herder of the Week, be sure to subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/moralityplays. To keep up to date with new events and upcoming projects, follow us on Facebook at No Match for a Blaster, or on Twitter at No Match Podcast. So, boot up your sensor arrays, because we're returning to the crew of the Atheon as they're on their way to the Mandalorian base Nalidus. Open. Morph Sposex. Intelligence log. As the New Republic Defense Force prepares for battle with the First Order and Iridian Thrask, the crew of the Atheon address a rising concern about the Sith Lord's power. After consulting with an information broker, the crew has set their heading to the abandoned Mandalorian moon base, Nalidus, in hopes of acquiring weapons developed to kill Jedi. Close intelligence log.
Very well. Shall I lay in the course for this moon, Captain?
Yes. I was trying to think if there was anything else that we needed. I can't think of anything. That's why we have light side points. Yes, set a course.
As you leave Julia Station. I had to put on my Ito accent. Sorry. My Ito impression. As you leave Julia Station and the Blue Star behind you, you go through the debris cloud that you guys have navigated a few times now. As you exit the debris cloud, you jump into hyperspace. And then you have a little bit of time.
Hyper time, indeed.
It takes you about 6 hours.
Alright, well, S4M can be seen moving around engineering and the medical bay, and various and sundry computer banks and circuitry hidden behind panels on the ship. He is just generally running maintenance on the ship.
You're finding gummy wampas everywhere.
Cleaning gummy wampas out of the circuitry and up in some of the air ducts. May I co-opt Imp for a moment, Brandon?
You can try.
So there's a scene that follows of it's a montage of S4M doing maintenance on the ship, and at the end of that, you see him across from Imp at the Dejaric table, and the pieces are moving around, and S4M looks down at all the pieces and looks up at Imp and says, "Best 2 out of 3."
Well, it's canon that Imp can't move the pieces on his own. So Remy can be. You can have Imp on your on Remy's shoulder, and
sure. And Remy's running the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then he looks up at both of you weirdly because the 2 of the eyes look at Remy and 2 of the eyes look at Imp. Best 2 out of 3, Captain.
They look at each other, and Imp squawks, and Remy says, "All right."
Double or nothing.
Do a montage of Dejaric.
Alright. It'd be funny if Imp now starts to refuse to play people if there aren't stakes.
Bantha steaks or Wampa steaks?
Nerf steaks.
There's just a stack. There's just a pile of clothing that Imp lives on. It's all his winnings from
yeah, that's
stripped Dejaric.
Yeah, there's some mechanics rolling around on Julius with no clothes on. Kamaya, what do you do?
Okay, so how long had we been awake when we got to Julius? Like, I'm just kind of curious now.
Well, we took a couple days at Julius.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, we sent that information, they processed it, got back to us. We did our shopping. We had some stuff installed. We followed up on another thing, so...
we ate some Star Froyo.
Yeah, we already established that it's been a couple days.
I mean,
Remy caught a cold.
Kamaya is napping, Kamaya's napping.
Yeah, I think Kamaya's napping.
No, that's cheat. No.
Why would you nap with your shoes on?
No, now you nap with your shoes on.
I was going to say, why would you nap with your shoes on?
Because she drives with them off, so it's funny.
No, she naps with her shoes on.
With socks on, too. It's weird.
With socks over her shoes.
Socks over your shoes. Hoban is a silly place.
This is a silly planet.
All right.
Juggle goslings. I've seen it.
She set up a hammock. She's in a hammock.
She strung a hammock up in the cockpit.
Yeah. I like to think that you can pull a cord to bring it up so it's out of the way when she's not using it, and then she can kind of.
I spent a dark side point. One of those things is hanging on the self-destruct lever. Why is it a lever? I don't know.
We were sick of big red buttons. That's why.
Yeah, no, because a big red button on a Sith ship doesn't look like anything. It could be a cappuccino maker. Everything's a big red button here. But a lever.
Speaking of which, do we have a cappuccino maker?
No.
After my nap, I need some caff.
Yeah, I gotta start keeping you guys to that. Until your character has a calf in the day, you have a black die. Forget about that.
I'm gonna disagree with that for my character.
All right, so you come out of hyperspace, way above the moon. Way above the moon. You guys are pretty out.
All right, I'd like to scan the immediate area, unless somebody else would like to do it.
Go for it.
Computers.
Give me a computers with a blue die, because the sensors on this ship are great.
Bad, but yes.
And the difficulty is gonna be hard.
Arr. All right. Computers be 2 yellow, 2 green. You said with a blue die?
With a blue die.
Hard is 3. Any black dice?
Nope.
Boop.
Yay!
Success and 2 advantages.
So your sensors show nothing. But because of your advantages, they're showing specifically nothing. You understand.
This is artificially nothing. Yeah.
This is artificially nothing.
Well, Captain and Kamaya, it would appear our sensors are being blocked, as the sensors register absolutely nothing, which is wrong. They should be registering at least background radiation, but they're not even registering that.
How early do we need to put those suits on to keep from being detected? Probably pretty soon, right?
You're not sure, S4?
I mean, the power supply for them is rather high. I'm not sure how long they would last. Although, if you're going to wear them inside the ship, I guess I could try attaching you to the ship's power generation. You would be wired in, as it were.
Right.
And as long as the ship wasn't destroyed, you should be fine. Or there was no power surge, or... Well, I think you get the idea.
Right. Well, there were problems with automated weapon systems that shot at ships. So, were they only shooting at any ships, or were they shooting at ships with biological signs in them? Because it seems like we might need to mask ourselves a lot earlier than when we get on the moon.
Well, then let's try that.
All right. Let's put the suits on then.
They are big and cumbersome, and they've got the big dome, glassy thing. And every 4 inches on your body, you have these little hexagonal emitters all over your body. You look real goofy.
Oh, I just thought they were just like a spacesuit.
Yeah.
Goofy looking spacesuit.
No, for Star Wars, spacesuits are goofy as heck.
Have I, in training, did I ever get any practice with any of these suits?
No.
Or, something similar, not the same thing.
Well, I mean, what you're describing sounds like not like a spacesuit, but like I don't know, like a tighter, or directly attached to your skin.
It's kind of like how spacesuits as we would kind of have them.
Like a Spider-Man suit versus like a spacesuit.
No, that's what Star Wars is used to, is that, Star Wars has never had a thing of your body is hard to react to the pressures of, of space. So these suits are actually like our spacesuits.
So not like a rebellion flight suit.
No.
See, that's what I was picturing.
Yeah. But sensors everywhere.
Okay, so more like the typical actual space suit.
Yeah.
But they just have sensors attached to you all over for some reason.
Yeah. Sensors that aren't supposed to be there normally. It's been all, kit bashed.
And now we should just turn them on. Okay, that is disconcerting, Captain.
It does tingle a little bit.
I know you're in front of me.
Oh, that's great.
However, my visual input can no longer find either of you.
Oh, that is pretty weird. But you can hear us?
Yes.
That's good.
What about if you switch to maybe infrared or something else?
I am floating through different vision modes, Captain. My diagnostic one can't find you at all. The medical diagnostic one cannot find you at all. My one remaining original eye is having a conniption. It says there's something in front of me, but then it also doesn't.
Somebody give me, computers? Science? I need a science. Figure out what it is. Give me it.
There's computers.
Give me a hard.
I don't think there is science.
No.
Oh, give me
There's
medical.
knowledge
Give me medical.
is
There's
medical.
xenology.
survival, stealth,
Give me a medical.
perception, medicine. I have 1 yellow, 1 green.
It's
Two
not
yellows.
streetwise.
I have 2 yellows and 2 green in medicine. Would you like me to roll it?
Go for it.
Difficulty?
Hard.
4 successes and a threat.
So, it's doing more than just masking life signs. It's actively, it's almost like a perception filter. It is anything non-bioorganic, visual kind of things are being given information rather than just erasing information that's there.
It's being given, so it's sending my eyes and so forth negative data.
Yes. So if you were to take a camera, like a a computer camera and you pointed it at them, then the distortion field is giving you information about what, yeah.
So would you like me to adjust how I'm looking at them?
No, you're exactly as it is. All of your things are not doing... Your Old Republic eye is having a better time of it, but everything else is just completely not working.
Yeah, so the Old Republic eye is receiving data indicating that there is something in front of me, but it's receiving data telling it that's not true. So it's having a conniption.
Yeah. Because
the rest of my eyes just say there's nothing in front of me.
Yeah, because the sensors are literally, when you perceive them, they're connecting to the sensor. And because your Old Republic eye doesn't like to communicate with other things, because it's old tech, there you go.
I like it. All right. Well, Captain and Kamaya, I think it's working.
Must be. I guess let's get in there.
Great. The only question now is, does it only search for biologicals, or does it shoot at anything that comes close?
Well, I suppose we will find out, won't we?
Yep.
I will make sure the weapons are charged.
That's a good idea. In fact, I'm going to go up and get on a turret. We may need to blast our way in anyway.
That is also possible. Shall I have both of your suits hooked up to the ship?
Unless, how rough is the terrain? Could we land somewhere and then hike to the research facility?
I mean, regardless, we need to be able to get that ship mod onto the Atheon.
Well, sure, but once we get in, we can shut down the defenses and then fly in the ship.
That's true.
It is pretty dang craggy.
Well, in that case, are we going to be able to land at all?
The base itself probably has landing spots. I would imagine. Otherwise, how would they get anybody there? But we may have to shoot our way in. Or it's possible we won't be targeted because there's no life signs aboard.
You two are the engineers. If you think we can handle it, or we could always pull back if we feel like we're taking too much damage.
That's true. I suggest approaching in the ship, personally.
Do I think that there's a spot away from the actual facility that I could land that's a reasonable walking distance?
Without a roll, you 100% believe that you can land that ship close to the bunker without a roll. Because you believe you can.
Okay. I mean, I can land it away from the bunker if that's what you want to do, Remy. But, I don't know. It might just be extra steps.
Well, we don't know the defenses of this place, but you know the ship better than me. If you think we can go in and blast our way in through the front door, we can do that.
Let's just test out and see if they actually see us.
All right.
But, yeah, if you want to get in the turret, that'll be good.
All right.
Remy walks down the hall with a power cord strapped into his suit. Clunk, 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 clunk.
He gets tangled in the dessert table.
How would that even happen?
I don't know. Ask Imp.
Imp can't even move the pieces.
All right. So, okay, so Remy's in the side turret.
Yep.
What are you two doing?
I'm in the pilot's chair.
Okay. Clunk, 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 clunk.
I'll also be in the cockpit, I think, for the moment.
All right.
I can operate other functions like the sensors and stuff from there.
Yeah.
Kamaya sits down in the
sensors for me.
Kamaya sits down in her chair. It's kind of weird because you got this power cord coming off your butt, off your small of your back, and then you almost reflexively go to take off your boot. Do you remember to not take off your boot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to think S4M is sitting in one of the side stations looking at a screen when Kamaya sits down and S4M says, "Don't take off your boot," right as she goes to take off her boot.
You like it'd be funny because
Not even looking at her, just
after a moment, like you then S4 can perceive a foot just floating there.
there is a disembodied foot.
You say that and she, like, puts her foot down. Like, I wasn't gonna take off my boot. She was definitely reflexively reaching to take off her boot.
Okay, so tell me what you do with the ship.
Fly it.
I do fly it. Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the facility, and I want to be going very quick. So I pick up speed. I'm gonna go by the facility and just kind of go a run by it first, just to see if their turrets come out.
Okay. So
that's the first thing that I want to do, is just going to test to see if they target us.
You move towards the moon. You start to get just close enough that you can almost feel a little bit of the gravity. You start feeling the gravity of the moon. You're still, like, there's not an atmosphere, per se, really. But, you know, you're pretty much above atmo. Give me a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Just you.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be hard.
2 successes and 4 threats.
Okay, so you're above atmo. You're above what we would consider atmo. It's a pretty small moon, and you actually notice through the Duraglass in front of you, you do see some structures on the surface of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that you've been able to pull up with the sensors are not showing those.
Okay.
S4M is not happy about today.
Hey, S4. Can you see those?
There's nothing on the moon.
No, but through the window.
Oh, he turns and looks through the window.
You can see him through the window.
Can his sensors pick them up?
S4M looks back at the screen and looks back out the window and looks back at the screen. I see buildings that aren't there. Yes, Kamaya. Yes, Kamaya, that isn't there. It's to be the day for seeing things or not seeing things that are there.
That's interesting. All right. I think we found the facility.
It's not disconcerting in the slightest.
Remy, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I don't know. Ito, I'm seeing.
Are they ball turrets? No, I think on the Atheon they're not the.
No, they're not ball turrets.
Yeah, they're not. They're not the kind of turrets that they had on the Falcon.
So Remy can't see it.
Remy's using computer. No.
Okay.
No, I don't see anything.
That's because there's nothing there, but there is, Captain. It's one of those days.
You hear a squawk, and then you hear Remy say, "Yeah, I don't know what he means either."
There's some buildings on the moon, but sensors can't pick them up.
All right, let me know when to start shooting.
Yeah, I continue forward.
You mean down? All right, you start going down. You are in the atmosphere.
Yes.
Nothing any different so far. You can see that there, like every I don't know, kilometer maybe? I don't know. There are, like, there's a little building or some kind of, partially covered by moon dust and stuff like that. It's still a pretty craggy area. You do see the place that you're assuming would be the quote-unquote entrance. It's a bit bigger than the other buildings on the outcropping. You're basically... Yeah, so you're at the edge of the upper atmosphere.
I continue towards it.
All right. So you go down, and the hairs on the back of your neck kind of stand up on end for a moment.
Okay.
All of a sudden, S4, your sensors are picking up all the things that she sees. Remy, your sensors are picking up everything that she saw.
All right, I'm seeing some things here. I'm just gonna get a bead on them and hold steady.
S4, you are currently perceiving 34 different energy signatures charging up.
Ah, Captain, there are 34 different energy signatures powering up.
Does that mean you want me to shoot them?
I think that means they're about to shoot us.
Well, I think we have our answer.
Do I see a spot that I don't think will be within range of those sensors that I can land? Do I see a landing spot? Like between buildings or something?
Give me a perception.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, do I see anything that looks like a turret or maybe something that would be powering a turret?
So those 34 signatures are each individual buildings on the surface.
Okay.
I succeeded, but this time with 5 threats.
All right. You see an outcropping of rocks that nestled in between them, you believe you would be out of direct fire from any of the locations of the turrets. Unfortunately, you're going to have to do a bit of a trench run to get to that place.
All right.
We'll just land on this big set of concentric red rings. That sounds like a good...
How far away from the facility that we want to get to is that spot?
It's like...
several piloting checks away.
Okay. But I don't see any place closer that I could potentially land.
Oh, yeah, you could... there are places where you could land.
Without getting shot
down.
No. All right.
Okay, do I see anything that I can... again, do you want to do a perception?
No, you don't see anything that... so the turrets all are, powering up. You don't see any other centralized thing. So you have 34 different surface turrets.
But that's what I'm saying. So I could shoot the turret directly if I wanted.
You could, but then there'd be 33 others. It's like a grid.
Okay.
They've set up like a grid all throughout the moon's surface.
All right.
There's overlapping fields of fire.
Yeah.
Overlapping fields of fire on overlapping fields of fire.
Yeah. Currently 34 have you in target.
All right. Kamaya will kind of comment. All right. I've got a safe place that I can land, but we're going to take some fire on the way there. Focus on the turrets in the 5th row from the left. And we'll be going down through there.
Captain, focus on the northwestern turrets.
Northwestern turrets, got it.
You said it was a grid pattern. She's going in for specifically... Yeah. But still, it's a grid. So she's going down a specific...
That's
shape.
okay. He's also assuming that this moon has poles.
That's true. S4M will use the ship's sensors to paint several of the targets for the captain.
Yeah.
There you go.
Excellent.
S4, you also can't see it, but you assume that when Kamaya said safe, that she had air quotes.
Okay.
She did not. But you assumed that much.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot when I can.
Okay, so you start coming in, you get one maneuver before things start shooting.
All right.
So what do you do?
I'm gonna aim and shoot at one of the turrets.
Well, she's piloting, so you're out of range for your things until she does a maneuver down.
Okay.
So she gets a maneuver
I'm
down.
gonna line up a shot then. I'm just gonna line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and aim, and then when I guess I get close enough, I'll shoot. Mm-hmm. Do I get a blue die for S4 lighting up which ones I'm shooting at?
Yeah, you get 2 blue die. Yeah, you'll get one for you and one for him.
Okay, and I'm assuming that that's what I'm doing this round, is painting the targets for him.
Yeah.
Because I think just, changing the direction is a maneuver. So I think I have to spend the maneuver just to start going in the direction, right? Because otherwise I would start doing evasive maneuvers.
So if you want to move towards that way, you have to do it because of that. No, it's not really because of course direction.
All right. Yeah, I'm moving in that direction.
All right.
We're going in.
Initiative! Yay!
All right. Are we prepared?
Are you prepared for this?
I think we're prepared for this.
For this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's 1 die for me. And we just roll... What is it? Discipline?
Well, that's what we're saying.
So
it's cool
if
if
we're
it's...
prepared, it's cool. And if we're not... We know that they're about to start shooting at us.
Oh, me too.
I got 1 success and 2 advantages.
2 successes.
Nope, you got 2 advantages.
2 advantages.
Oh, all right. Everybody goes before the turrets because the turrets rolled a blank.
I got... Wow.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. We all go first.
Yeah. There was a chance.
There was 3 PC slots and then the guns.
Then the guns, yeah.
Alright, well, I spend my action painting targets for the captain.
Yep. And I think that Remy should go before Kamaya. Because I'll start taking evasive maneuvers.
All right.
But you should go first.
The ship starts swooping down, going towards the...
No, the swoop is in the cargo hold.
The swoop falls out of the cargo hold.
No! I just got...
Now we have plenty room.
Yay!
Oh, no.
We can get all the boots. So the ship starts swooping down, you start to bank towards this kind of between 2 pretty large outcroppings. You start going down towards it. You're able to get not super high off the ground in one maneuver. You're going full book. But where you are right now, you don't have any mountains on either side. You have to essentially... you're pretty low to the ground, and you got to go for 5 actions to get to where you have cover from both sides. So, boom. And there are definitely some turrets that are closer than others, and you are able to fire on those if you want.
Okay.
They basically look like large Duracrete, like nubbins that kind of stick out of the ground. They're the exact same color as the moon's surface, and they're pretty squared off. And coming from under a flap kind of door thing that's moved up, you see a pretty large double barrel blaster cannons, and they are tracking you. But yeah, you can go ahead and shoot at one. You are at medium range. Okay, so 4 successes and 1 advantage?
Yep.
All right. What's the damage on the ship?
Here, I have a turret-mounted medium laser cannon, crit 3, damage 6.
And yeah, that one turret pops in a nice big plume with no sound because, that's how space works. Yeah, so no one else is doing anything?
No, it's my turn. So, I am going to begin evasive maneuvers after Remy has made his shot.
Okay. Which will increase the difficulty, correct?
Right. So it upgrades the difficulty of them to shoot us, and also us to shoot them, I believe.
Okay.
So, so it's going to make it harder for them. Then one of my maneuvers does have to be to continue going in that direction, right? To keep moving?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm moving and I'm doing evasive maneuvers.
All right. Now you have 4 distance between you and where you want to be. So I will tell you, there are a lot of turrets. When you shoot a lot of things and all act once, they get a lot of upgrades. You are bigger than the turrets, so their difficulty would be 1 purple, but you're doing evasive maneuver, so it's going to turn into 1 red. So, do you guys want to do anything else to make this harder on them?
Can I jam their targeting sensors? Is that a thing that can be done?
I don't think you can communicate with them. Yeah.
Is there actually a way that I can spend, instead of taking evasive maneuvers, can I spend my action to make their check an opposing check against my starship piloting?
No.
Instead of, like, evasive maneuvers?
No. Because that's why you would do these things.
Yeah, but evasive maneuvers is a maneuver, so I'm suggesting, like, as an action. But yeah, okay. Oh, and they're in front of us now, right? They're currently the ships shooting at us are currently in front of us?
No, they're everywhere. They're all over the surface of the planet.
We have 2 defense in the fore and 1 defense on aft. Oh, wait, no, we have, like, a special big shield thing, right?
Is that the thing you're hinting we use?
I'm looking at the dice that I'm going to roll, and I'm like, you guys better think of some stuff.
Yeah, let's put our big shield on.
And I could... Yeah, I'll switch on the big shield, and if I can Star Trek this, I'll send more power to the shields.
I believe that... Is that you can
I don't know what that does.
redirect the shields. So, the place where your most amount of shields is 2, correct?
Yeah.
And then you overshield, which gives you another 1.
Okay.
So you're giving them 3 black dice, correct?
Sounds like it.
Okay, sure.
Anything else?
Is there a redirect power maneuver?
Yeah, but you would redirect a shield from one place to another.
Oh, okay. That's not going to do us any good. Because they're just shooting from everywhere.
Yeah.
And you've already taken evasive action? I don't think there's anything else we could do.
Alright.
What about the stealth generator? Don't we have a stealth generator as well?
No,
No, I think our stealth was just we don't have the big shields up.
Current dice roll is 3 yellow, 3 black, and 1 red.
Alright.
Light side? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, that gives them another purple.
That doesn't convert a purple to a red?
They don't have any other purples.
I'm very scared.
Because it's usually 2, and you guys are bigger than them, so it's just 1.
Alright. Well, I think that's everything we can do.
Alright, we might be screwed.
Ah! Just 2 successes. 2
And a
successes and a threat. Alright, so the Atheon gets hit for 7 points of damage.
What?
Alright. Vehicle, Atheon. Hull trauma?
Yep.
Okay.
Red lights go off inside the ship. Nobody's terribly surprised.
Yeah. Alright, crew action. So you took 4 damage, correct?
Okay, yeah, so we take 4.
Okay. So you're down to 14, correct?
Correct.
Alright. Crew turn.
It's not so bad. Not too bad, not too bad.
Well, we were expecting to get hit, so...
Yeah.
Who,
We got hit less than we were expecting to
who's
get
going
hit.
first?
do I need to paint the targets again to give them another die?
For the blue die, yeah.
Alright, I'll paint the target again.
Alright.
Did we actually kill one of the turrets?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
But there's so many of them. It's just...
Well, I'm going to tell you, if he hadn't blown that one up, it was going to be 1 green, 3 yellow.
Okay, well, let's kill another one then.
Yes.
Every little bit helps.
Ooh. Wait, no success?
Ooh.
No success, but 3 advantages and a triumph.
Okay, I have an idea.
I do too.
Okay, let's hear yours.
Well, my idea was that I missed the turret, but hit a power generator, shutting off a couple.
Several turrets.
I'll tell you what.
A block of turrets? I don't know.
You will depower one. You can depower 2 for 1 turn. How's that? And then I'll also do a thing.
2. So basically 2 would get shut down.
For a turn.
For a turn.
And the other thing that I'll do is that this causes enough of a kick up that you find yourself in your natural environment, meaning there's dust everywhere, and that there will be an additional black die on the
That's from
on everyone shooting.
the triumph, or
I think that's the advantages.
okay.
So next, who's next?
I mean, I painted a target, so Kamaya.
Yeah. Can I, like, swoop in between buildings and stuff to try to get less, to be less of a target? To make it harder for them?
That would be evasive maneuvers.
I was going to say, that sounds like what you're already doing.
That's just what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Just trying to see if I can make it. Yeah. So I continue to evade and go full speed towards the spot that I picked out. If I do another maneuver, is that the strain on me? Or is it a strain? Or, like, if I do... Okay. But I do think I have a thing that I can take strain for the ship. So I think the ship's going to take a strain and I'm going to take a strain. And I'm also going to use one of the turrets, or one of the ship's guns, since we got the guns that I can shoot now. So I'm going to shoot one too. Okay. So what's my difficulty? It was hard. Failed with an advantage.
You get to heal that strain you just got.
Do I heal it for the ship or for me?
You can't heal ship strain. That's a mechanic ability.
Okay.
All right. My turn. So, 2 turrets are offline. And...
3, technically, including the one we destroyed already.
Yeah. I am counting. 1 extra black dice for smoke, for dust. And I think that's it.
We've got our... Did we say it was like 3 black dice?
No, that's 4.
4.
Oh, are you guys spending a force point?
So it has 4 black dice, a red,
and 2 yellow,
and 2 yellow.
I think we should spend it.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we should.
All right, ready? Pow! I miss.
You sure did.
Yay! It was a threat.
Yay, purple die.
It's still dusty.
Yay, purple die.
Yeah, the dust will persist. That's fine. I'm okay with that one. It'll persist for 1 more turn. All right. You go 1 range increment closer. Go.
I'm going to do the same thing and try to shoot.
And you're still doing evasive, right?
I'm still being evasive. Yeah.
Oh, Bobby, if you're doing evasive maneuvers, it upgrades your difficulty too.
Yeah. So I believe evasive maneuvers is until my next turn. So if I'm actually, if I'm shooting and then doing, redoing the evasive maneuvers, this should work. Until the end of my turn. Yeah, so it's upgrading my difficulty.
So it should be 2 purple, 1 red, is that right?
Yeah, she missed anyway on the last one, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I think everyone's doing mostly the same thing, right?
I mean, unless y'all want me to heal the strain instead of painting the target.
How much strain do we have?
1.
Oh, we're good then.
I got 2 successes and a threat.
Is that on shooting or piloting?
That was on shooting.
All right.
I'm not actually rolling to pilot at the moment.
Another one pops.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to shoot another one as well.
And don't forget the blue from me painting.
2 successes and 3 advantages, I think. Is that
a crit?
Nice.
Crit?
Yeah.
That is a crit. Yeah. So
Is it like a group where he could spend a crit to pop one?
Yeah, I think it is.
So can he pop 2?
Because the turrets are effectively a group of enemies, right?
Yeah.
So he destroys 2?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Woo!
You guys are not spending a light side?
I think we are. Right?
How many do we have
So
left?
we don't have enough to spend every turn.
We've
Right.
spent. We should have spent 2. Only 2.
We've spent 2.
And we had a total of 4, didn't we? I mean, if you want to go without spending one this turn, I guess that's fine.
No, I say we spend it again.
So they still have how many black dice?
4.
4. So they have 4 black dice. They have 1 red and what's their,
1 purple.
What's their dice pool? Well, 1 purple if we spend 1.
Oh.
But what's their dice pool before that?
1 green, 1 yellow.
It's getting better.
I say we go ahead and spend it.
All right,
this
spend
time.
it then. Give him another purple.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 failures and a despair.
You guys get an action where nothing shoots.
Cool.
Damn old Mandalorian technology.
I mean, that is fair. You guys want to do anything special with that round of no not getting shot at?
So I'll make, instead of having an evasive maneuvers action, I'll do both of my actions both my maneuvers that I can do as fly. So I'll just try to get us closer instead of spending more time.
Okay,
leaving.
that'll mean that you'll have one more round of getting shot at after this one, and that's it.
And I will, and since I'm doing that, that means that Remy actually has a better shot at shooting some
Right. It goes
turrets.
back from red to purple. Right?
Yep.
And
Okay,
I still
good.
ping the target, so you still get that 1 extra blue die, and we get a free shot in, right?
Do you want me to roll mine first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. There's 4 successes and a threat.
Yep, we're down to 29 turrets.
So, last turn, I'm going to need a piloting check. Because you're
Okay.
going full speed to try and slow down and land.
Okay, great.
If you can,
Piloting
if you,
space?
yes, if you can give me a daunting, they don't get to shoot at you this turn.
Okay.
A failure means that you take long enough to get below these things and be stopped, that they get their last shot in.
All right. Daunting is 4, right?
It is 4.
All right.
I mean, we got 1 more point. You might as well use it.
You want me to spend
Yeah.
it? All right. So, 1 green, 3 yellow, and 4 purple.
Ah,
Just an advantage. Dang.
I say you use the
Yeah.
advantage to say we whip up enough dust to give them a black eye.
More dust.
More dust.
all right.
All right, final shot. I'm going to use a dark side point.
Oh, well, I get to shoot first.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Pew 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 pew.
1 more down. Ooh, actually 2 more, because that's another crit.
All right.
Ooh,
This is going to be a bad
27.
shot. Final shot. Yay. Pew. No, okay. You guys land! Yay!
Failure with 3 disadvantages. Excellent.
That's
The
the kind of
Atheon.
shooting I like to see from the enemy.
the Atheon skates between 2 outcroppings of rock, landing on the moon.
Oh, yeah. We do that thing where we go sideways.
Right, I feel like
through
it
the
comes like
outcroppings
she
of
comes
rock.
in and kind of like does a immediate U-turn and lands, and we kind of just go like sliding for a bit down. There's gravel and dust going everywhere.
As you land on Nalidus. Yay!
Woo!
You're,
That was really
you're
fun.
really not sure why the turret still shot at you.
Dang it, Remy! You should have put imp in your suit. Da-da!
Thanks for listening. To make sure you don't miss any big updates, follow us on Facebook at No Match for a Blaster or on Twitter at No Match Podcast. If you enjoyed our show, please leave us a review on iTunes and visit our Patreon on patreon.com/moralityplays. No Match for a Blaster is a podcast by Morality Plays, Star Wars, Edge of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, and Force and Destiny are made by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. Our theme is by Kevin MacLeod. Sound effects by Tristan Longren, Vedis, and Akramov. I'd like to thank our awesome GM Ito, as well as our other players. Brandon playing Remy Drobash, and Gerald playing S4M3L. And I play Kamaya Saris. And of course, I'd like to thank you, our listeners. We'll see you again soon, in a galaxy far, far away.